In 2013, Valve, the company behind the wildly popular game Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or CSGO, launched an update that would forever alter the game's trajectory. This update was not just another patch or bug fix, it was a game changer in the truest sense of the word. This update, dubbed the Arms Deal, introduced a seemingly innocuous feature cosmetic weapon skins. At first glance, these skins appeared to be a simple addition, a way for players to personalize their in-game experience. Players could now customize their virtual arsenals with different colors, patterns, and designs. This customization allowed for a level of personalization that was previously unseen in the game, making each player's experience unique. These skins had no impact on gameplay, offering purely aesthetic enhancements. They didn't make your weapons more powerful or give you any competitive edge. They were all about style and flair. To acquire these skins, players could purchase loot boxes known as cases. These cases could be bought with real money, adding a new layer of monetization to the game. Each case contained a random skin, with rarer and more desirable skins having a lower chance of dropping. This randomness introduced an element of excitement and anticipation, as players never knew what they would get. This element of chance, combined with the allure of rare virtual items, quickly transformed CSGO's ecosystem. Players were not just playing for fun anymore, they were playing for the thrill of obtaining rare and valuable skins. While Valve intended skins to be purely cosmetic, a thriving secondary market emerged almost overnight. This market allowed players to buy, sell, and trade skins, turning them into virtual commodities. Players began trading skins on third-party websites, with rare and sought-after skins fetching exorbitant prices. Some skins became so valuable that they were worth more than the game itself. This development, unforeseen or perhaps willfully ignored by Valve, laid the groundwork for a multi-billion-dollar gambling industry that would soon target the game's massive player base, including a vast number of underage users. The introduction of skins and cases had set off a chain reaction, leading to ethical and legal questions that would haunt the gaming community for years to come. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to share it with your friends, leave a comment below, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth content. Your support helps us bring you more stories like this. The emergence of a robust skin trading economy provided fertile ground for a new breed of online casinos, skin gambling websites. These platforms capitalized on the popularity of games like CSGO, where players could earn or purchase virtual items known as skins. Initially, these skins were simply cosmetic enhancements, but their value quickly escalated as they became tradable commodities. These sites allowed users to wager their CS.Jo skins on various games of chance, creating a new form of online gambling. The process was simple. Players would deposit their skins into the site, which would then convert them into credits or tokens that could be used to place bets. From roulette and jackpot games to coin flips and more, the variety of gambling options was vast. Each game offered the tantalizing possibility of winning even more valuable skins, which could then be used to continue gambling or traded for other items. The appeal was straightforward. Players could gamble with their existing skins, potentially winning even rarer and more valuable items. This created a cycle of continuous engagement, as players were constantly motivated to try their luck again and again. These winnings could then be traded back for real-world currency, effectively blurring the lines between virtual items and real money. The ability to convert virtual winnings into cash added a significant layer of allure to skin gambling, making it not just a game of chance, but a potential source of income. The ease with which skins could be converted into cash transformed them into a virtual currency, fueling an unregulated and largely unmonitored gambling ecosystem. This new form of currency was not subject to the same regulations as traditional money, making it an attractive option for many. While traditional online casinos faced regulatory hurdles and age verification processes, skin gambling sites operated in a legal grey area, attracting players of all ages, including a significant number of minors. The lack of stringent regulations and oversight meant that these sites could operate with relative impunity, raising significant concerns about the potential for addiction and financial loss among younger players.
The allure of quick riches and the thrill of gambling proved irresistible to many young CSGO players.
Unburdened by legal restrictions and fueled by the addictive nature of gambling, underage users flocked to skin gambling sites. These sites often lacked even the most basic age verification processes, allowing children as young as 13 to gamble with virtual skins. Many kids funded their gambling habits using their parents' credit cards, gift cards, or even by stealing their Steam account credentials.
The stories of these underage gamblers paint a bleak picture. Kids losing thousands of dollars worth of skins, amassing crippling debts, and experiencing the devastating consequences of gambling addiction at a young age.
Despite widespread awareness of the burgeoning skin gambling industry and its impact on underage users, Valve's response was largely characterized by inaction. The company seemed to be in no rush to address the growing concerns from parents, educators, and even lawmakers. This lack of urgency raised eyebrows and questions about Valve's priorities, and a seeming unwillingness to acknowledge the problem. Critics accused Valve of turning a blind eye to the issue, highlighting the company's financial stake in the thriving skin economy. The debate intensified as more stories emerged of young gamers losing significant amounts of money through these gambling sites. Every time a skin was traded on the Steam marketplace, Valve took a cut of the transaction. This revenue stream, fueled in part by the demand generated by skin gambling, amounted to hundreds of millions of dollars for Valve. The financial incentives were clear, and many believed this was a key reason for Valve's slow response. While Valve occasionally issued cease and desist letters to some gambling websites, these actions were largely seen as symbolic gestures, doing little to curb the industry's growth or address the root of the problem. The community's frustration grew as it became evident that more robust measures were needed to tackle the issue effectively. The question remained, would Valve ever take meaningful action to protect its younger audience? Section 5. Normalizing a crisis influences esports and the gambling ecosystem.
The normalization of skin gambling within the CSGO community was further exacerbated by the actions of popular streamers, esports teams, and even some gaming journalists.
Many prominent streamers with audiences composed largely of young and impressionable viewers openly promoted skin gambling websites, often without disclosing their financial ties to these sites.
Esports teams seeking lucrative sponsorships readily partnered with skin gambling companies, further legitimizing the practice in the eyes of their fans.
This widespread acceptance within the community created an environment where skin gambling was seen as a normal and even desirable part of the CSGO experience.
Offshore gambling websites, operating in jurisdictions with lax or non-existent gambling regulations, flourished, exploiting legal loopholes to target players in countries where online gambling was strictly prohibited. Narrator, Media Group. Map showing countries with strict online gambling laws, footage of government buildings, video of legislative documents being reviewed. You stock, you distribute equally. Section 6. Regulatory roulette. Governments versus the global casino. Regulating the skin gambling industry proved to be a significant challenge for governments worldwide. The borderless nature of the internet, coupled with the complex legal status of virtual items, made it difficult to enforce existing gambling laws or craft new legislation to address the unique challenges posed by skin gambling.
Section 7. The buck stops here. Valve's responsibility to act. Despite the challenges posed by the global and unregulated nature of skin gambling, Valve, as the creator of CSGO and the operator of the Steam platform, bears a significant responsibility to address this issue.
Valve has the power to implement stricter regulations on its platform, curtail the trading of skins, and enforce age verification measures to prevent underage gambling. The company could also leverage its legal resources to pursue legal action against skin gambling websites and individuals profiting from this exploitative industry.
Section 8. The human cost of inaction, addiction, ruin, and exploitation. The human cost of the CSGO skin gambling crisis is immeasurable.
Countless individuals, many of them young and vulnerable, have fallen victim to gambling addiction, financial ruin, and predatory practices. Stories abound of teenagers emptying their parents' bank accounts, accumulating massive debts, and experiencing severe psychological distress as a result of their gambling habits.
The lack of meaningful action from Valve and the broader gaming community has allowed this crisis to fester, leaving a trail of broken lives in its wake.
Section 9. A gamble for change, the future of Counter-Strike and gaming. The CSGO skin gambling controversy serves as a stark reminder of the gaming industry's often uncomfortable relationship with its players, particularly its youngest and most vulnerable users. It highlights the need for greater transparency, accountability, and ethical considerations in game design and business practices. The future of CSGO, and indeed the broader gaming landscape, hinges on the industry's willingness to address these issues head-on. Meaningful change requires a multi-pronged approach involving game developers, policymakers, parents, and players themselves. Only through collective action can we create a safer and more equitable gaming ecosystem for all. If you found this video insightful, please share it, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more content.